What's going on, guys? BladeZilla here, and today I got another custom for you from a new maker on the channel. This is actually my first taste of their designs, their knives, and I can tell you already, just based on the materials, based on the fit and finish, it's gonna freak my camera out. So I'll try to keep this one fairly short and sweet, but you can already kind of tell as a lot of light is coming off of this knife. It is much darker than what the camera's probably going to pick up on, just because remember, I've got a big dome light over top of this camera that kind of illuminates everything and makes it look fancy. So when you have very reflective materials, unfortunately the camera doesn't always like it. But anyway, we've got a Remi, I think it's called Lavialle. So it's pronounced, I believe, Remi Lavialle. And this model, I think, is called the Krypto. We're doing this without any notes, but beautiful knife, very nicely done knife. I can already pick up on a couple things. I know it is, just based on looking at the bag, it is an RWL 134 hand satin blade, and beautifully done. Gorgeous, bit of a recurve on that, actually, just kind of looking at this now. And that tip's got a nice little rub on the top there too. Oh, stunningly beautiful knife. Remember, I'm an extra large glove hand, and man, this fits me beautiful. Yeah, just another gorgeous one. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a cup of coffee, Coke, whatever you're into. Relax and enjoy. We're going to have a coffee shop style conversation on this knife. As a reminder, folks, check out BladeZilla.ca. That is my website here in Canada, where I've got lots of cool stuff. I've got some mini goblins, got a restock on the F95 Thai Bear, some CKFs, some ProTech, some Microtech, some TRM, some Kunus, Koenigs, obviously, lots of good stuff on there. BladeZilla.ca, but we're not here to talk about BladeZilla.ca. We're here to talk about the Krypto. So what is the Krypto? Well, let's find out together as a team. Let's move this slightly down and get some measurements, because it looks like probably a nice 3.5 inch blade on there. Overall length 7 3/4, maybe a hair more than 7 3/4. Blade length of about 3 3/8 to the end of that blade grind, maybe 3.5 to the start of the choil, mid choil 3 5/8, somewhere in that conversation. It's kind of a recurve, kind of Warncliffe kind of vibe to that. Interesting blade, very cool blade. I believe it is Zerk bolsters, Zerk backspacer. I believe it's carbon. I think it's carbon fiber. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. When you look at it from the top, you can tell, like, they've got this, I don't know how they do that milling on there to make it all round and smooth, but it's definitely a carbon fiber material that's kind of coaxed into looking almost like wood. Wow, I've never seen that before. That's an interesting one. And then the other beauty of this is actually that Damascus clip, which I don't know. It might even be a Damasteel clip. I think it is. I think they work together. But beautiful clip. I think that's gorgeous. And just keep it simple, stupid. I don't know if you guys have heard that term, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Sometimes less is more. And I feel like a design like this is a classic pocket knife. You know, bolsters, but they up the material selection in that Zerk, that carbon fiber, that massive backspacer that goes the whole length of the knife, essentially. That's beautiful. Thai hardware. Looks like it's T10 with T probably 6, maybe even T5s on those scales. Let's take a look on the inside. It's a front flipper, very smooth, very light lockup. Oh, the tolerances here are beautiful as well. Hopefully the light can give us a peek into inside here. Nice thick slabs of titanium. Not a ton taken out of the inside of this, which is pretty normal for this kind of style, right? So I'm assuming Like I said, I'm not doing this with a spec sheet, but I'm assuming it's probably 4.5 ounces plus, based on the fact that those scales on the inside are all just full slabs. We'll get a weight on it here in a sec. You know what, why don't we just do it now? I have the scale right here. Check that action too. Oh, gorgeous. Very smooth. Let's get this guy a quick weigh. So what did I say, 4.5? It's over 4, under 5, with certainty. 4.6, hey, not bad, pretty close. 4.6 ounces. Can I just, it's like I weigh knives every day or something, eh? Cool, well that's good, so 4.6 ounces, that's a good weight for a 3 3/8, 3.5 kind of blade. But like I said, this knife, it's a beautiful front flipper, thick scales, high-end materials. You know, that carbon fiber kind of vibe to it here from the top. Like this is a knife collector's knife because it's got a lot of little hidden features to it that you don't normally see every day. And you know, how many knife videos have I gone through on the channel and I've never seen kind of this wood style, super smooth. It's not textured, even though it looks textured. It's not, it's smooth. But it looks, you know, it's carbon fiber. Like that's just so cool. I love stuff like that. Let's see how everything's kind of attached here. So we got the clip attached externally, single screw. Nothing hiding under that as far as I can tell. No hidden screws going inside the frame. Lock bar bend internal, which is what you'd expect. The gaps in here are very nicely done. Nothing that would pop out as scary. Obviously, the carbon fiber acts as the over travel stop. The comfort in that lock bar, they've both milled both sides of that lock bar as well to add a little, to make it feel kind of like there's more room than there is. Nicely done, not raised, just a very nice, solid, classic look to it. Executed at a high level, obviously. Let's take a look on the back side here. Oh God! So as we go down the scales on the back spacer, kind of rotate around. No seam, no gaps in any of the seams. Smooth, no high spots. No lanyard hole either, right? Keeping it simple, stupid. Dead center, as you'd expect. And then the top of that blade is just gorgeous as well. Oh, just a classic one. This is a classic. This is my first kind of take on one of these cryptos. And to me, it's a high level knife. Front flippers aren't for everyone, including myself. I always end up cutting myself routinely, and there are times where, you know, I'll be filming videos and you'll see band-aids. It's usually a result of a front flipper. You know, when front flippers are done well and there's not like a super strong detent on them, then I love them. And this would be in that conversation. Like, it's not hard to open. You can kind of roll it. You're not going to cut yourself on that gorgeous kind of worny recurve. Oh God, that's beautiful. Super consistent. Hopefully you're looking at this in 4K. You can kind of see some of the details here. While I'm hoping for things, hoping that it's actually in focus. And then where was that on the blade there? That there's their logo, LR. Kind of curious why they do LR versus RL. Remi Lavialle. Just looks good. And I also dig how it's kind of a different finish around that logo. The jimping as well, I'll say this, it's very rough. A lot of grip on there, but it's done in a way that it raises itself off of the back of the frame as well. So I don't know if you can see this in the video or not, but it is just ever so slightly raised up. Hopefully you can see that. So it's quite comfortable in hand, but once again, keep it simple, stupid. This is just a well executed, kind of an old school design. with some new school materials, some high-end flair on it. No issues. Let's do a couple size comparisons on it. We'll grab a couple basic ones. I know we're probably already at 10 minutes, and I didn't want to go too crazy long on this one, so let's grab a small Sebenza. That little gaffer sometimes isn't always on the channel, but in that kind of medium knife size, it certainly adds perspective. So there's your small, and it wants to roll because of that lanyard while I grab another one. There's your small. Let's grab a large. Both S45 VNs. I'd like to get these ones done with Magna Cut. I think that'd be cool. But drop point Sebenzas, my favorite. In the Chris Reeve, I've had them all the different variations of blades, and I just, I don't know why the drop point's just such a classic. There's your F95, or Hattie. Hattie, half tie is what that means, but it's a carbon scaled F95. This one's from 2021, I believe. We'll grab our Monkey Edge frag pattern Quantum single row bearings. I believe now they're all actually multi-row bearings, which is sad. I like my single rows. We'll grab our fat strip. There's your big boy. A lot of similarities actually in the width of this knife, because they are thick pieces of titanium that, you know, they're actually similarly bladed as well. Big thick hunks of blade. Keep that in the back of your mind. Grab our Stellar. Very similar size-wise to a Stellar. Obviously completely different blade, but fit and finish-wise, very nice. Very nicely done. I've got a front flipper Trevor Berger Urban with some fingerprints on it. There's a hand rub satin blade on there just to show this is a small guy. I've always wanted to track down an Urban XL. I just think that for me, it makes a lot more sense for my hand size and kind of what I'm looking to do with a knife. Certainly. And then what else do we want to do? Anything else? I'll grab my Rosie. My Roosevelt. For a size comparison, bigger, much bigger handle, but smaller knife overall on this guy. And then we'll grab one more and we'll do an Astrum. It's gonna kind of make this look small, but there you go. Is it even gonna fit in the frame? There's your Astrum production in the bronze, new colorway, super cool. And once again, I love having a couple knives beside me that aren't in my collection that I can kind of just, when they come in and you take photos and they're beside you, well, there you go. You get a couple new faces on the channel for some of these sometimes. I'm gonna have to do a video on this. I just finished filming literally a few minutes ago the blue variant of this knife. And the bronze is stunningly beautiful as well. Just a different flair on the Astrum. If you like the Astrum design, I personally love it. It is the 2024 Knife of the Year on the channel. And now we've got a couple different configurations of it, which is a nice new twist on a classic design that I love. But we're not here to talk about that. We're talking crypto, not cryptocurrency, crypto knives. So personally, I think this is a home run. I love it. I love the blade. It's quirky. It's got some new flavor on some classic designs with that recurve warny. Looks great. I love that nose that's up top on there. I love that you've got a nice curve on the top here as well, so you can kind of choke up on it and go wherever you want down that blade. It is a thick blade. It's probably in the 4mm conversation. Quietly, I should say. Quietly in a 4mm. And then the Zerk bolster and Zerk backspacer and then carbon fiber scales. It's just a real nice, well done, well spec'd knife. You know, terrifically executed, I should say, more than anything. Just, I love seeing these types of knives that I wouldn't, normally get to experience. And this is certainly unique. And the icing on top or cherry on top is that Damascus clip, or actually Damasteel clip. I think it's Damasteel, but for the sake of argument, let's just say it's Damascus. That's a nice little cherry on top. And once again, it's not loud. And that flair is kind of absent throughout the design, but if you look for it, it's there. And that's my style, right? Excellent choice in materials, but quietly hiding kind of just available. If you know what you're looking for, it's there. But otherwise, if you put it on a table and you go to a restaurant and have steak, it's not blatantly loud or obvious. So very cool. Well, I think I'm going to end. Oh God, okay, maybe I'm not going to end. I just want to do that a couple more times. Excellent lockup. Super silky smooth too. Ooh, she's gorgeous. Okay, well, now I'm going to end. Didn't cut myself. That's a win. That is an absolute win for me, not cutting my hand on this knife. So high five on that, low five on the flip side. Appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out the crypto. Check me out, BladeZilla.ca. Facebook, there's a page there now. Instagram, TikTok, and if you're on YouTube, throw a thumbs up. Every Monday, Thursday, I like to do full-length videos of just cool knives that kind of make their way through my hands, and this is certainly one of them that I think is just gorgeous. So, yeah, I will see you guys later on. Well, I guess have yourself a fantastic rest of the week, and we'll catch you on the next one. Appreciate you stopping by and enjoying this knife. Peace, guys.